I lost my job at 56 with severance. Here's what that actually buys you. Time. Six months ago, I received what they called a severance package. But here's what was interesting about how it happened. I wasn't fired. I wasn't laid off. Technically, I voluntarily resigned. But let's be honest, when they offer you a performance improvement plan with impossible conditions or severance to leave, that's not really a choice. I was being pushed out. The voluntary part was just how it looked on paper. That changes things in ways I didn't fully understand at the time. So let me walk you through what actually happened and what I learned about what severance really means when you're leaving a job in your 50s. Here's how it went down. My company offered me two options. Option 1, stay on and do a performance improvement plan. Basically, try to save my job. Option 2, resign voluntarily and receive severance payments. The PIP felt like a slow death. The severance felt like a clean break with some financial cushion to figure out what's next. So I went with the severance option. Now when you hear severance package, you probably think, standard thing everyone gets when they're let go. What I learned is it's way more complicated than that. Some people get terminated and receive severance with a legal agreement that they have to sign, waiving rights, agreeing not to sue, or that. In my case, I resigned voluntarily. I got severance payments, but I didn't sign some big legal release. And that difference matters for taxes, for unemployment, for what you can and can't do. So here's what my situation looked like. I signed a termination notice that confirmed my employment ended as a voluntary quit. That triggered my COBRA eligibility. And as I was told, I believe via email, though I can't find it now, that there were two main restrictions. One, I couldn't discuss the amount of my severance package. I think that was for 1 year. Two, I couldn't disparage the company. Now here's what's interesting. I never signed a formal separation agreement and release. The kind of document where you're waiving your rights to sue for age discrimination or signing away legal rights. The restrictions I was given felt more like company policy, expectations rather than a legal contract I signed, because it affects what's legally enforceable versus what's just what the company prefers you to do. So when I started this YouTube channel, I had to be thoughtful. I don't name the company, I don't name people. I don't discuss the severance amount. Not because I signed some ironclad legal agreement, but because I was told that was the expectation. I didn't want to test what would happen if I violated it. Now, my situation was pretty clean, but here's what I learned many people faced that I didn't. A lot of companies, especially larger ones, will offer severance, but require you to sign a legal release. In that release, you're typically agreeing not to sue for age discrimination, not to disparage the company, sometimes not to work for competitors, sometimes not to disclose the severance amount. And if you're over 40, there's a federal law, the Older Workers Benefit Protection Act, that says the company has to give you at least 21 days to review that agreement, tell you in writing to consult a lawyer, give you 7 days after signing to change your mind. I didn't face that because I wasn't technically terminated. I resigned. But if you're being offered severance with a legal agreement, those protections apply to you. Let me talk about health insurance, because this was a big unexpected cost. When you leave a job, you can continue your employer health insurance through COBRA for up to 18 months. My company subsidized the first 3 months. After that, I pay the full premium myself. For me, that's over $1,000 a month. For 15 months, after the subsidy ends, that's $15,000 in healthcare costs I have to budget for. So when you're calculating your money, how long your severance will last, COBRA is a massive expense you can't forget. So here's what I've learned about what severance really represents and why I said it buys you time. It's not free money for leaving. It's time you're buying to figure out what's next. The severance payments alone wouldn't have lasted long, but I had savings. Severance plus savings minus monthly costs, including that $1,000 COBRA payment, equals about 18 months of runway. That's how long I can survive without another paycheck. I'm using those 18 months to build this YouTube channel to see if I can create something instead of just going back to another corporate job. But here's the reality. 18 months sounds like a lot, but it goes fast. I need to start job hunting by month 10 because searches take time. That's the pressure of runway. It's finite. So if you're in a similar position, being offered severance or choosing between staying and leaving, first, understand what you're actually being offered. Are they terminating you with severance or offering you severance to resign voluntarily? The difference affects unemployment, how it looks on your record, and what legal protections you have. Second, if there's a legal agreement, read it. If they're asking you to sign a release of claims, you have rights. Take the 21 days. If you're over 40, get a lawyer to review it. Third, calculate your real runway. Severance plus savings divided by monthly costs plus COBRA equals your actual time. Be brutally honest about that number. Fourth, know the COBRA costs up front. Ask what the full premium will be. Budget for it. It's probably more than you think. Here I am, 6 months into my 18-month runway. I'm building this channel. I'm figuring out if there's a different path than just finding another job. But I don't know how this ends yet. I'm in the middle of it. If you're facing this decision right now, whether to take severance, whether to resign, whether to fight to stay, understand what you're actually being offered. Understand what time that money buys you. Because once you make that decision, the clock starts ticking. Make it count. Cheers.
Empower over 50 now. Stand up tall and take your bow. Feel the rhythm, feel the power. This is your triumphant hour.